Happy Monday, guys. What's up? Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault, at Sports Talk Matt, to follow me on Twitter. You guys know who sponsors this podcast. That's BetMGM. And new users, if you need a new out, well, BetMGM's got a $1,000 first bet offer for you guys available right now with the promo code JUICE. Only available for new users, but if you need a BetMGM account, great offer to use. $1,000 first bet offer, new users, promo code JUICE at betmgm.com. Okay, sweep yesterday. Good ending to the week. There's some issues with the accounting right now as to what bets or where. There's been some discrepancies. We've kind of laxed and fallen behind on the tracking. So we'll get that rectified, and I'll tell you, exactly what happened and where we were. I was going over it last night, and I'm like, some of these numbers aren't right. Some of these numbers just aren't really correct in terms of what we've been doing tracking-wise. So hopefully we'll rectify that this week, and I'll kind of give you guys an updated accounting as to where we are. We're still way up with hockey, and we're now up 10 units on the year with hockey. Other bets haven't been great, have been okay. College basketball, I think we're like 37 and 36, somewhere in that range, but we got to get all caught up as to where we are with college basketball and everything else. So I don't know where we are, except I do know that we went 3-0 yesterday. We went 6-3 on Friday, Saturday, Sunday on the weekend, but we had some future bets that came that had to be factored into that. So I think overall we wound up 2 units, I think, on the weekend. We factor in the Gonzaga loss. We got both college basketball bets right yesterday. And basically those were like personal hedges for me. So it's like it worked out. I mean, as I said on the podcast, I was betting money line. I was taking officially plus the points, but I was playing because I had future bets and wagers. I had Texas at plus 325 to win their bracket. They obviously lost it. I had Creighton. I had a big ticket on the Creighton Blue Jays at 25-1 and 30-1 to win the national championship. So I was betting on San Diego State to make some money there. So, I bet 1 unit, but personally I bet 4 on San Diego State to make sure that I made money off that ticket. So look, I'm not going to get into it too much on what happened at the end of the game. I think everybody knows it was complete garbage. And given the way the game was refereed, if you need any explanation, Jay Wright said the quiet part out loud. Clark Kellogg lost his mind after Jay Wright said it because he was, trying to protect the NCAA or protect the partners of CBS or something. But Jay Wright basically said, hey, man, that call got made because those referees are trying to move on to the Final Four. And if they don't make that call, they're not working next weekend. So that's why they made that call, which was the best explanation as to why that call got made. You can talk about in a bubble, was it a foul? Sure. Do you know how many Creighton Blue Jay fans have sent me video of the hand checking going on during the game by San Diego State? They did it the whole game. The whole game. San Diego State's entire game plan is hand checking. Their guards are all over you the entire game. So don't give me this, well, it's a foul. It's a foul. No, it's consistency. That's what I've always talked about with referees. Consistency. And when it's inconsistent, you suck. That's an awful call. There's no way around it because of the lack of inconsistency. In a bubble, you can say, Matt, it's a foul. Sure, yes. But if it wasn't a foul in the first half, and it wasn't a foul halfway into the second half on San Diego State, and all of a sudden it becomes a foul on the Creighton Blue Jays with the game tied with 1 second to go, it's an awful call. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. That's an awful call, period. Again, in the bubble, was it a foul? Letter of the law? Sure. But not the way the game was being played. And that's the biggest problem with it. It's about consistency. And again, Jay Wright said the quiet part out loud. We'll give you today 2 hockey bets, 1 NBA play. I'm not going to give you guys NBA player props until I get done teaching on Mondays. I might be able to do it on Wednesdays, but I'm finding myself scrambling to get the information ready to go. So I teach at UNLV, and in order to get the player props and get everyone who's playing and get all the information up and ready to go, it doesn't really give me much time. I basically have like an hour window where I'm generally driving to campus to get the bets figured out. And I don't think that's a really smart way to handicap. So school year ends in May, NBA season will still be going on, but we'll have Tuesdays and Thursdays. Those will kind of turn out to like be at the NBA player prop days. And as college basketball leaves this next weekend, after that, most likely NBA player props will become a much bigger thing in the month of April. So just a heads up as to how we're going to go into it. I got 2 NHL bets and 1 NBA bet to give you guys coming up. First and foremost, though, time to tell you about how you can win a free year of Betting Pros Premium. We're upgrading one of you. End of the month, we're going to make this announcement. One of you will be upgraded. How do you win? Subscribe to the Betting Pros YouTube channel, like this video, and comment on this video underneath me, because when you do, you could win a free upgrade to Betting Pros Premium, whether you're looking for access to exclusive picks, top-rated player props like you find when I use the prop bet cheat sheet, which is on Betting Pros Premium, or custom analysis of your betting performance. Betting Pros Premium has the tools to help you cash more bets. Don't want to wait for the giveaway. Sign up today, bettingpros.com/upgrade, and start betting smarter, not harder. And this podcast being brought to you by our friends at Omaha Steaks. Man, Creighton Blue Jays, we can eat our sorrows at least, right? We can just go ahead and eat that ticket. Well, no. Steak tastes a lot better than a paper ticket does, as we all know. And Omaha Steaks, well, they got some juicy, decadent things for you guys to dig into here. The seafood, the steaks, the burgers, chicken, desserts, it's all there. 50% off right now with the Omaha Steaks 50% off semi-annual sale. And when you use the promo code JUICE at checkout, they're going to take off an additional $30 off your order at checkout. Go to omahasteaks.com right now and take advantage of this. 50% off site-wide, only happening for a limited time. Don't miss your chance to save. Go to omahasteaks.com, use the code JUICE at checkout, and get an additional $30 off your order with their semi-annual sale going on right now. Minimum order may be required. Okay, so you guys have heard us on the Discord channel do a B's and C's parlay. That's a Bruins and Celtics parlay. There's 3 more of those, by the way, for the regular season. I hit again yesterday. So, I mean, obviously, that's just like one of those things where, like, you should always be betting that. Bruins won in a shootout against the Hartford Whalers / Carolina Hurricanes. I hated the Whalers forever. So seeing that green just made me pissed off, and I'm so happy the Bruins won that game. But Boston, the Celtics win and take care of business. So the B's and C's parlay has been very profitable. I think someone put it in the Discord channel. It's up 6 units now this year, betting money line with Bruins and Celtics. So keep doing that for 3 more times for the rest of the year. And then in the playoffs too, probably pretty smart to do that as well in the postseason. But the other thing that we've been talking about is what has been dubbed the Bedard lay. Now, some are saying Bedard lay because it sounds easier. I'm putting a D because it's Bedard, okay? That's hit the last 2 days for me. Taking teams who stink, who are tanking, who want as many ping pong balls as possible to get them to win, get them to lose rather, has come in, okay? It hit yesterday. It's up again today. I've hit it for 2 days in a row. I'm going to come back again here. You can do a 3-teamer, but I'm worried about Edmonton and Arizona. The Coyotes have missed the message. And at home, okay, they took Colorado all the way to the brink yesterday. We were fortunate to get that parlay to hit yesterday. They were in a shootout against Colorado, and now they're here on a back-to-back against Edmonton. These kids don't know any better. So you can do a 3-teamer. It's a plus 157 or 167. I think it might be one plus 167 parlay with this. But officially, the Buffalo Sabres are taking on the Montreal Canadiens, and the Colorado Avalanche are taking on the Anaheim Ducks. Now, you start taking a look at some of these goalie matchups. You start looking at where these teams are at the moment. Craig Anderson played pretty well yesterday, and he's been pretty good against Jake Allen. I guess his last game, I should say, not yesterday, last game. Jake Allen going for Montreal. These are unofficial as to who's playing tomorrow, but I'm not a very big fan of Jake Allen. I'm not a big fan of either goaltender for Montreal for that matter. But Buffalo is in a fight for the last wild card spot. Now, they got to win everything. They're trailing. They're behind. Could they get the last wild card spot? Yeah. Is it likely? No. But they got to win every game possible, and you got to take care of business against, teams like the Montreal Canadiens. So I like Buffalo on the money line here to win this game. Buffalo on the road has been very good this year, 21, 11, and 3. At home, it's been their problem, 14, 20, and 3. Montreal at home is 16, 17, and 3. On the road, they're 13, 21, and 3. So to me, you look at this game for the Sabres, they need it. They're young. They're going to fly around. Yes, they're at home. Okay, so you might go, well, Matt, your numbers you just gave says like Buffalo's. I know, but I need Buffalo to win this game. I don't think Montreal on the road's got a lot to play for here. Money line, Buffalo, they're laying minus 210 somewhere. And then Allen, 3.57 goals against average. Luukkonen is scary, but if it is Anderson, it's better, okay? I hope that it is Anderson. He's projected to be playing for Buffalo. It doesn't matter the score. It doesn't matter the tempo. We just need him to win. Anderson has a 3.28 goals against average at home and a 2.87 on the road. Half a goal better on the road. So they're at home. I know it can be a little scary, but I'm going to take the Sabres, and I'm going to pair the Sabres up with Colorado here on the money line. And I think Colorado is going to have a chance to just keep on fighting and playing. They also, the Western Conference is really interesting. East is pretty well set as to who's going to play whom. We don't know what's going to go on here in the Western Conference as to what the order is going to be. We kind of know who's going to be in, but not guaranteed. Avalanche are 23, 11, and 1 on the road, 12, 21, and 3 for the Anaheim Ducks at home. The Ducks won the first game at Colorado, so it's payback time here for the Avalanche, and the Avalanche have won 4 of their last 5 games. They beat Arizona yesterday 3-1. Well, I guess in their last game, 3-1, not yesterday, 3-1 in their last game. So hopefully we get that. We're jumping in here. It's the Bedard lay. You can do a 3-teamer. I'm staying away from Edmonton. I'm scared of the Arizona Coyotes here. They're not laying down, and they should be laying down, but they're not laying down, and they're playing. Edmonton could wind up walking into a trap here. And Arizona might bite them, and then we lose the parlay with a 3-legger. So I don't think we want to get into that. If you want to bet the over in this game, you can. The total's already 7. It's 8-2 and 4-3, the 2 games so far. The 4-3 game happened earlier this week in Edmonton. A 4-3, that was the push. I think we bet that game, didn't we? I think we pushed on that for that. But you look at the Coyotes, they're fighting. They're losing on this road trip. 2-1, 4-3, and 3-1, and they come back home, and they lost 4-3 in a shootout yesterday to Colorado, like I mentioned. So they may get Edmonton here. Like it's not impossible if they get Edmonton here, but I'm just going to leave them off. Officially, 1 unit. It's a plus 102 parlay. Sabres and the Avalanche money line at plus 102. Again, you can add Edmonton if you want, but I'm going to stay away from that. There's 2 hockey games I've been looking at. The Islanders and the Devils are playing with a total of 6. It's weird. Jersey's 18, 17, and 1 to the over on the road, but the Islanders are 22, 14, and 1 to the under, even though 2 and 1 to the over the last 3 home games. 6 and 4 to the under over the last 10. It's a 6, so either side could push. Could be a 4-2 final, but I couldn't find enough to really go ahead and get it over to have me pull the trigger more than the Ottawa game. It's 7, but it's only minus 110, and this number probably should be 8 if you could find a way. Ottawa is 10-0 at home to the over the last 10 games. They're 5-0 to the over the last 5 games, obviously. Florida is 8-2 to the over their last 10, 4-1 over their last 5. In the first meeting, there were 8 goals scored in this game, and look, it doesn't matter who plays in net. Bobrovsky mostly going for Florida. The Florida Panthers play crazy hockey. There's just no way of really describing their games. Like a 7-5 game is not that abnormal here at all. And look, you want to talk about a goal in the first 10 minutes, over in the first period. These are all things you can jump in here with Florida and Ottawa and feel fairly confident that you're going to get some crazy scores. 5-3 was the final. The Panthers won the first game. 7, 8, 9, 7, and 6. The last 5 games involving the Panthers. Total of 7. 8, 9, 3, 3, and 9, the last 5 for the Senators, having more to do with Pittsburgh and Boston with those 3-goal games than it would be the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa's been pretty good at home, 20, 13, and 3. Florida not great on the road, 15, 18, and 3 straight up. But, I mean, Florida scores 3.4. They give up 3.4. Ottawa scores 3.1. They give up 3.27. We're going over. Maybe we get a push, but I'm betting the over 7 goals here for Ottawa and the Florida Panthers. If somehow we get off to a really fast start, in-game this, trying to middle the 8. Okay, if it gets to 9, we get like a fast start, 2 goals really quick in the first 10 minutes, and it jumps to 9, 9.5. I would come back and bet the under, trying to middle it, and you could have over 7 and under 9.5, and have a nice little 2-goal middle there. If you see that, that might be worthwhile. But again, 8, 9, 10 goals, not crazy for Florida and Ottawa here. Official play, 1.1 units down, -110, over 7, Florida and the Ottawa Senators. And one NBA game to jump into, and it's the game of the night in the NBA. The Sixers are at the Denver Nuggets. Denver just beat Milwaukee by 23 points. They were 3.5-point favorites. They won by 23 points in their last home game. They beat Washington and Brooklyn on the road. They lost to the New York Knicks on the road, and they beat Detroit in the first game of that road trip. Lost to Toronto in the first game of that road trip. Went 3-2 on the 5-game road trip. This is the second game of the homestand for them. They beat Brooklyn, they lost to Brooklyn in the home game before that, laying 9, lost by 2. They went through this weird swoon, this losing streak that wasn't. They lost 5 of 6, but they've since won 3 games in a row. Philly has lost to Golden State by 8 and Phoenix by 20 on this road trip so far. And Denver is the best home team in basketball, and they're 23, 13, and 1 against the number this season. They've covered the last 3, 4 of the last 5. Philly is 20 and 17 on the road, but James Harden probably isn't playing. James Harden's supposed to play. Doc Rivers saying he hopes to have James Harden play. But what's the point in playing James Harden here? You look at the Philadelphia, look at their schedule. Yeah, sure, they're 23 and 14 straight up on the road, and maybe Joel Embiid's going to play and just take over here. But we're at the end of the season here for Philadelphia. It's Boston, Philly, and Milwaukee, top 3 seeds. Figure out what you want to do with it all you want, but they've lost 3 out of 4. They play at Denver, and this is the last game of the road trip and the last long road trip. Why play James Harden? It's not worth it. It's dumb. They play Dallas and Toronto at home, then at Milwaukee, home for Boston, Miami, and then at Atlanta and Brooklyn, and then that's it. That's the regular season. Why would you play James Harden tonight? I don't think James Harden's going to play. You could say it's a measuring stick game, NBA Finals preview, blah, blah, blah. -5 is the number. It's a little heavy, I'll admit it, but give me Denver. I'm going to lay the 5 here with the Denver Nuggets. Got back on the horse, looking like the team they were a couple of weeks ago. Big win against the Golden State, against the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's get another one here with a focused team and Joel Embiid maybe playing. This could be a battle for the MVP. I'm taking the home team. I know Joel Embiid probably wins this, but don't tell me Joker's not going to go nuts. Joker, triple-double. Joker, player props, points, rebounds, all that over tonight. It's probably a very good play here, given what we're going to see. Big battle. I'm going to take the home team. I'm going to lay the 5. Denver sends a message. Denver -5 for 1.1 units. Okay? So again, I would normally do player props, but my schedule just doesn't really work out well on Mondays, so maybe on Wednesdays. But tomorrow we'll be back on NBA player props for sure here on a Tuesday. All right, so we're going Sabres and the Avalanche. Moneyline parlay at +102 for 1 unit. We're going with the over 7 goals for Ottawa and Florida for 1 unit, 1.1 units down, and Denver -5 in the NBA. We'll put 1 units down to win 1 unit coming back. So 3.2 units in play here on a Monday. Let's have a good start to the week. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Every single morning, it is the Daily Juice Podcast being brought to you by BetMGM.